Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Cronkite Show, social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. You know, I'm riding shotgun by myself, and I am the 5-star general, the good doctor, Candice Matthews, is trying to deliver some mail. But we're going to talk about it tonight, because I'm about to give you a rude awakening. Let's get to it, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in to an old school G, man. Y'all just tuned in. They call me the 5-star general. I'm in the building tonight. My guest was supposed to be attorney Paula Robnett, but something came up, so I'm going to ride this thing by myself. And a lot of times when I'm by myself, you can get the whole perspective from me. First thing I want to tell you, man, this Delta variant out here is something serious. The jab, I mean, they're recommending you get the jab. I mean, that's up to you if that's what you choose to do. But I think you need to keep your system, pumped up full of vitamin C and keep your mask on. And I think you'll be okay. Even old my man, the crazy man from Kentucky, man, old school political gangster. I can't remember. I can't remember his name right now. Mitch O'Connell. O'Connell is out pandering hard to get people to get the jab. Do what's best for your family at this point. Do what's best for your family, and then take it from there. Tonight, you got game 6 of the NBA Finals. The Milwaukee Bucks are up 3-2 over the Phoenix Suns. A lot of people saying they're going to close it out tonight. I don't know. I mean, I don't even watch it anymore. I'm not interested in it. But it would be nice to see Chris Paul stretch it to game 7 and possibly get him a ring. He's getting up there in age, and he's a good dude, and he's still got a few years left in his tank. Let's get off into this subject, man. For about a week, we've been talking about Candice Matthews, Dr. Candice Matthews, and the fact that maybe she doesn't have degrees, and some people say she do. But I want to touch on something tonight, because a lot of people don't understand or don't really even read to understand the Constitution of the United States. Freedom of speech is a monster. I run around out here, and I gotta say it like this here. I run around out here and I say a lot of stuff. And that's because I've studied the Constitution of the United States. And I clearly know what I can say. And I clearly know what I can't say. So I say what I want to say. Let's put it like that. A couple years back, I was given a trespassing notice from the Houston Independent School District. And part of the federal lawsuit that I filed involved violation of my constitutional right as it pertains to freedom of speech and freedom of expression. When it was all said and done, we won. And now, even 2 weeks later, next week, we have to go back to court because the Houston Independent School District does not want to pay the attorney fees for my attorney, which is probably easily over 6 figures. Love you to death, Scott Newar, my attorney. Over 6 figures, don't want to pay him his money. But see, when you get to dragging people off in the court with your frivolous lawsuits, that's the chance that you take. Well, they didn't drag me in the court. I drugged them in the court because I knew I would win. I have a right to be able to say what I want in a limited public forum. So throughout all this that's been going on the last couple of weeks, and it's still going on, what it boils down to is, I go digging through the county websites and all that every day. I ran up on a document this morning, and the thing is it looked like a lawsuit that was filed on behalf of Candice Matthews against newspaper publisher Aubrey Taylor. Public record, public record. The lawsuit itself was 40 pages long. And it went from her accusing him of basically attacking her to disrespecting the LGBT community. What the hell does that have to do with all of this? Even to the point, it's just laughable. It's 40 pages long. 40 pages long. And I'm looking at this thing like, wow. I'm looking at it like, wow. I don't even want to bother Aubrey with it. And this is a joke. This has to be a joke. First of all, this is not a good attorney. And people would say, well, you're going to school for law. What do you think can happen? Well, basically what she's saying, he can't say nothing about her as it pertains to her marriages, which is on the county website, which is public record. He can't say nothing about her schooling, which is public information. And it's just a whole bunch of what he can't do. Sort of like the same thing that she was out doing to other officials. How do you think Mr. Dutton felt when you attacked him? State Representative Harold Dutton. Because your people told you to do that. So you went and played crash dummy and you went and did it. But then when it's done to you, you want to file lawsuits. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel so neglected. I don't get no cease and desist letters. I don't get no ugly texts. I don't get no lawsuits, and I wonder why. Let me tell you why I'm not going to get no lawsuit. Let me tell you why I get to talk about anything that's public record that I choose to talk about. Right here. Let me educate you. You and your jackleg attorney. Let me educate you. I'm going to make this for you. Make this big enough for y'all. Y'all bear with me. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I don't know. I don't think I can. Oh, yes, I can. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now let's go back up. All right. Now you can see this. What is a slap lawsuit? Let me make you aware of something, little mama, because this is why I get to say whatever I choose to say. Because I'm an independent journalist. Do you have a clue what a slap lawsuit is? In the state of Texas, do you have a clue what a slap lawsuit is? So let's go and let's define it for you. Let's define it. A slap lawsuit stands for a strategic lawsuit against public participation. This name describes a lawsuit filed to stop a person or group from speaking out or exercising their First Amendment rights. The person or business suing you in a true slap lawsuit often claims that you have damaged their reputation or wrongfully interfered with their right plaintiff claims to have, but really they just want to intimidate you into silence. That sounds like this whole scenario. That sounds like this whole scenario. I want you to, I know you're watching, because even if a person sued my friend, Joe Blow, that lawsuit, if they file it against you, can stop you from coming after me on the war zone. Whoa! Told y'all I'm gonna be a cold lawyer when I get there, baby. So let's go back up in here. Let's go back up in here. What is the Texan Citizens Participation Act? Let's give you an example of a slap of this of how the slap law works. A Austin pet groomer, Groomers R Us, is a dog and cat grooming business in Texas. A Twitter feed called APGRU Us Cat Dogs starts tweeting out messages like Austin pet groomers R Us is a catastrophe. My haircut is uneven and I'm barking mad. They forgot to clip my nails. So the person decides to file a lawsuit for libel against the owner of the APGRS cat dogs so that the tweets will stop. Sort of like what happened today, where you decided to file a lawsuit against Aubrey Taylor to make him stop saying the things that he's saying. Well, I want to make you aware of something. You don't have as much protection under the law as you think. You put yourself out there as a public figure. You're the accountability chair for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. And now you're with the Rainbow Push Coalition with Jesse Jackson, who ain't done nothing for Black people. So you're a public figure. Therefore, I don't care how much money you got. If you sued me, I would hit you with a slap lawsuit, because you don't get to tell me what I can talk about, which is public record. Anything that I can pull off the county website, court records or anything, I can talk about it. Now, I know you like to walk around like you this high power thing and you know everything. You got a jackleg lawyer who don't know nothing. Now, I've read the lawsuit, and there are a bunch of inconsistencies in that lawsuit that makes me feel that your sworn statement that you put in the lawsuit, you may have perjured yourself. It's kind of ironic that people walk around and they think because they got money and they know a little bit of the law that they can walk around and intimidate people. Why do you think I kept telling you that I don't care if you need to serve me with anything? I will beat you in a court of law all day long. The First Amendment right of the United States of America shall not be infringed upon by people who are upset because your business is out there. That's just like you're trying to be quiet now, but them dog whistles you sent out, they still out doing what they do over there. And you know, I like to make people rock stars, because I know some of y'all, you want me to respond so it can help you with your platform. So I'm going to give you a little action tonight. I'm going to give you a little action. Gerald Evans' The Critical Show, if done the right way, could be a very, very good show. But you tend to stick your nose in people's business. Stick your nose in people's business because she dog whistled you. So now you want to put out stuff on this man, put out his criminal record, all this here. But she not doing it. She got you playing crash dummy. She got you playing crash dummy. You doing it for her. The same way that she does things for the coalition and for some of these high-powered politicians when she be throwing these elected officials under the bus. So you're out there and you playing crash dummy. You got 16 fucking viewers. Hold on, homeboy. On this page alone, I got 37,000 followers. You got 16 at the max. But this is what y'all do for somebody that's been accused of threatening to blow up a school with children in. You go to bat for these type of people. So if it came my way, I would hit you with a slap lawsuit. I'm telling you what I would do. I would hit you with a slap lawsuit. So if I hit you with one, let's look at this. Let me go in here and get it for you. Hold on. If I hit you with a slap lawsuit motion to dismiss. This motion asks the court to promptly end lawsuits that violate the Texas Citizens Participation Act. Help paying for a lawyer. I would win that lawsuit, and then you would have to pay all of my attorney's fees. And if I lost any money because of what you were doing, you're going to pay those too. Those are additional sanctions that can be put on you. You see what I'm saying? And if they put those sanctions on you, it may discourage you from filing slap lawsuits against others in the future. So what is an anti-slap motion to dismiss? Let's go here. You ask the court to dismiss the lawsuit that violates your right to freedom of speech, right to petition, or right of association. The Texas Citizens Participation Act makes it easier to dismiss these cases without spending a lot of time and money. An anti-slap motion to dismiss does not have to argue that the plaintiff is wrong. The motion only has to show that the suit violates the Texas Citizens Participation Act. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? I don't think that you do. What I think is you have an attorney friend who's not a very good attorney. He's not a very good attorney. Takes your money because you're going to give it to him. And then you get to sending out these whack cease and desist letters. You get to filing these frivolous lawsuits. But did you incur any damages from the stories that were written? When I looked at the lawsuit, I'm like, you ain't put everything in there. And I'm like, this is going to look crazy in a court of law if it even makes it to court. Because everything that you wiped out, we got. Can't come in there and throw a rock and hide your hand. Because everything that you think that we don't have, we have. And more importantly, I'm the chief witness. I'm the star witness. Because from day one, I told you, do not do it. So you have a problem with people putting your business out. Your business in your past or speaking on things that are public record. I'm going to say it now, and I want you to sue me that you have been married 4 times, because that's what is in the county database. So if I want to speak on it on the war zone, if I want to speak on it in public, I can do that. You don't understand that, or are you dumb? Maybe you crazy. I don't know. In the lawsuit, say the man infringed on your religious beliefs. Well, if I read what he wrote in the story that he wrote, he was talking about you sticking pins in dolls like you were doing voodoo. So is it true or not? Do you practice voodoo? Because in the Baptist church, they don't stick no pins in no dolls. In the Catholic church, they don't stick no pins in no dolls. This is what you did. When it's all said and done, if you just got money to throw away, throw it away. You know, another thing that I'm looking at also, and you know, this has got to go into the courtroom. You want a temporary restraining order to violate somebody's constitutional right of freedom of speech. You want a temporary restraining order. That sounds like some shit that could go to the Supreme Court. You want a temporary restraining order so people can't say what they want. I don't know where some of these judges went to school. Maybe they went to Temple, where you said you went on your Facebook page. And by the way, when it pertains to me speaking on things that are public, that includes the internet and social media too. So bring it. Come on, bring it. I'm sitting here in amazement because I don't understand how some people can be so dumb. You want to infringe on somebody's constitutional right of freedom of speech because they put your business out there, but you do the same thing on a daily basis to other people. Maybe it was too much. Maybe it was too much, just like I told you couldn't handle him from day one. Let it go. It's public record. You're right, Owens, Inicio, Beverly. Beverly, it's public record. So let me tell you how this is going to play out. It's a lot of things that can happen in this case if it makes it to court. Now, if me, I would defend myself. I can go get the lawyer. But guess what the first thing I would do? Get to disqualifying all these judges. Because which judge going to hear the case that ain't gave money to the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats that you are a board member for? That's a conflict of interest. And I wouldn't want that judge. Now, I can't tell nobody else what to do. You see what I'm saying? I can't tell nobody else what to do. Which judge? Which judge going to be fair? Which one of you judges want to hear this case and rule against this man and look like a sucker by the time he get to the Fifth Circuit? Which one of y'all? Which one of y'all? Let me tell you something, man. I'm tired of being lonely. I'm tired of not getting no attention. Can't get sued you, boy. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to hit you for a bunch of money. I'm going to hit you for a bunch of money if I sue you. Was your reputation destroyed by slanderous statements? No, because everything was true. Everything was public record. So now, what do you do now? Let's go back to this anti-SLAPP suit. Let's go back. Let me put it up. Let's go back here. How do I know if the lawsuit filed against me is a SLAPP lawsuit? It can be hard to figure out if a SLAPP lawsuit is actually a SLAPP lawsuit. SLAPP lawsuits often claim that the defendant did something harmful, such as libel, slanderous, or tortious interference. Additionally, SLAPP lawsuits are sometimes used by abusers and perpetrators in domestic violence, sexual assault situations to silence their victims. You see what I'm saying? So it can be tricky. So who are the parties in a SLAPP lawsuit? With an anti-SLAPP motion to dismiss, the movement is the party who is being silenced and is usually the defendant in the case. So if you sued me, I would be the movement. The non-movement is usually the plaintiff, the person of business who filed the lawsuit. So if you filed a lawsuit against me, you would be the non-movement. Let's go. All right, let's get right here. Let's make sure you can see this. You can see this. Here we go. What is the right of freedom of speech under the Texas Citizens Participation Act? The Texas Citizens Participation Act defines the right of free speech as communication made in connection with the matter of public concern. And I think walking around my community acting like you the Queen of England, that's a public concern. Lying to people saying that you got degrees that you have yet to show, that is a public concern. So, yeah, this includes your post online, emails, verbal statements, written statements, and statements made on TV or radio. Courts have found that the Texas Citizens Participation Act protects things said privately as well as publicly, so long as the speech is about the matters of public concern. So hold on. I think everything Aubrey exposed was of public concern. It was of public concern. But remember, he didn't throw the first rock, you did. I hope you're listening. I hope you're sitting there with your bonnet on, popping your fan open. Get you a bar, because I'm waiting on you over here. Now watch this here. Watch this one. Note that speech does not have to be objectively true to be a matter of public concern. For example, the act protects the right to state opinions about products, services, and even published works of art. Hold on a second. Y'all hear me say this word all the time. Remember I told y'all? Discovery. I told you I get discovered. So if you say Mr. Monroe lied and say I didn't have a degree, under discovery, I'm going to make you prove you got one now. In a court of law, you're going to have to prove it. And you can't come up in there with them fictitious documents. Discovery is the legal process that allows each side of the lawsuit to ask the other side for information related to the case. Discovery can end up costing a lot of money in attorney's fees. It can also be stressful, take a long time, and put personal information into public record. So if you lied about them degrees and you sue me, I'm going to make you produce them in a court of law. And guess what? You gonna produce them. One of the most important things that the Texas Participation Act does is to prohibit or limit discovery when someone files an anti-SLAPP motion to dismiss. Full discovery only takes place if the court denies the motion. Either way, you're going to show me what I want to see in a court of law. So here you go. Jackleg, attorney, you listening, brother? I know you saying, I got a law degree. What is he talking about? Man, shut up. I'm working on a law degree. Why you think she ain't send you my way, homie? Why you think she didn't send you my way? And what I don't know, I got a high-powered white attorney behind me. Say, man, at the end of the day, you know what my mama used to say, and I think a few of y'all's out there, It's time the shit to get off the pot. That's what it is. It's time the shit to get off the pot. My good friend Demetra Schmidt on the other thread says this suit standing should be about defamation, and that can be dismissed because most things he published came from her post and public record that I saw. Exactly. You defamed yourself, but you don't want nobody to speak on it. I want you to say this with me. The good doctor over there and Jack Leg attorney, say this slow with me. And I'm going to make sure you got a close-up of me when I do it. I retarded. I so retarded. Say it slow. I retarded. I so retarded. Man, where you get your law license from, dude? I don't even understand it. But let's go back. Let's go back in here and look at this. Let's go back. And I'm skipping over a few things because so you served me with your lawsuit. I got up to 60 days to be able to file my anti-SLAPP lawsuit. You see what I'm saying? When it's all said and done with the anti-SLAPP lawsuit, because you have not been damaged in any way whatsoever. The only thing damaged you is your mouth, your ego, and the fact that you've been in the business of bullying people. You've been in the business of scaring people with attorneys that don't know the law. It sounds good. The letter wrote looks good, but at the end of the day, they don't know what the hell they talking about. You're going to lose. I remember I told you when this first started, leave that boy alone. I say, if you don't leave that boy alone, you're going to be dead on arrival. Because his pen is worse than a 9mm. That's what I told you. So let me tell you what's going to happen here. You finna be out a lot of money. You finna be out a lot of money. You cap like you got it like that. You finna be out a lot of money. He'll be able to go to script club every night. Because you're dumb. And you're doing all of this so that you can stay relevant in the political world. Stay relevant with African-American politicians that don't do anything for our community. And they harbor you. They insulate you. They protect you. Because you a crash dummy to them. See, if you had the sense that the higher power gave you, you'd use your gift a different way. You try to use your gift a different way. But you can't. Because it's your ego. You want to be in the midst of these people who don't do anything for our community. I'm totally different. I don't like being around. According to Demetra, she says she took a 60-day leave from her organization. Oh, did he because of her emotional distress? If so, where's her doctor statement? Demetra Schmidt asked that. Dog, you're not dealing with no dummies, man. You finna be out a lot of money because you placating, thinking you finna go into the courtroom with one of them judges that you've been taking pictures with, and they finna violate their judicial canons and rule in your favor. This ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. And you judges that's sitting out there, that's listening, because I know you listen. Say, man, just follow the law. Follow the law. Don't look like a fool when it's all said and done. Ron, 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 Trail Bradford, let me put up his comment. I think she realizes her livelihood is at stake, so she has become desperate. I really think that's what it is at this point. We'll say that, and it's in the lawsuit. Y'all can go to Harris County, pull it up. In the lawsuit, he threatened to shut her business down, but you and your friends threatened to affect his client base. I'm the star witness. I know. You did that. So you think you can stand there as a woman and just punch this man in the face, and he ain't supposed to do nothing. You see, let me tell you something, man. There's some beautiful sisters out there. Beautiful sisters out there. On a daily basis, I run into y'all. But some of you sisters, you like to take your skirt off and you like to put your pants on and you like to battle men. Battle me. I say, man, bring it to the square. This is why I like who I am, and I like being able to back up everything that I say. I tell you, bring it to me, sue me, and I will hit you with a slap lawsuit. You don't get to tell me what I can talk about. I don't wake up wanting to battle women in any capacity. I don't. I'm bigger, stronger, faster. My mind clicking 100 miles per hour. Before I get into a battle, I have to have a reason as to why I'm even in the fight. That's the first thing. Second thing, what's the end result that I want from it? What's the end result? We have the solution to fix politics, but we don't want to hold certain black officials accountable. I learned, and I've never had to worry about it, that me being a public figure opens me up to a lot of attacks. It opens me up to a lot of attacks, being a public figure. So there are a lot of protections that you guys as a private citizen have that I don't have because I'm a public figure. But to sit back and say that you're the victim, come on, man. That ain't how I rock. I say it, and I mean what I say. Why I'm not getting no lawsuits? Because you already know who to sue. You already know who to play with. See, because if you waste my time in a court of law, I'm going to make you spend a bunch of money. Make you spend a bunch of money, man. See, people don't want Aubrey to write about black officials that are corrupt as all outdoors. You expect us to stay quiet and allow these people to do to us what they want to do to us, which is they ain't doing nothing to help none of us. But if he writes about them, or if Gary Monroe says something about them, we are the bad guys. But they violated the law. But we are the bad guys. People ask me, why are you in this game? Why you do what you do? It's simple. I do it for the hood. I do it for every hood that got a food desert. I do it for every community where, the crime rate is through the roof. I do it for every community that got them ragged ass streets that we ride on. I do it for every single community. And I don't have a problem checking a white guy the same way I check a black one, an Asian, a Latino, whoever. I'm checking everybody. I'm consistent with that. But when somebody hear the word lawsuit, What you thought a motherfucker got up this morning supposed to start shaking like booty meat? No, ain't how they work in our world. We ready. Actually, we already knew you were dumb enough to do it. And I knew you would use the same old jackleg lawyer you've been using. But you smart. You know why? Because you didn't bring it this way. My attorney will eat your attorney up and spit him out. And then I could tell you, we could go one or two ways with it. And I'll let you pick if you sued me. You want to get ate up by a male or a female attorney? Because I got a pit bull in a skirt too. And you think my man don't have access to what I got? If you black elected officials don't want somebody to say something about you, do your damn job. If you don't want somebody to say something about you, then stop doing all the criminal activities. If you don't want somebody to say something about you, keep your little meat in your pants and keep your kitty cat under your skirt. Because it seemed to me the only thing going on in Harris County is a bunch of sexual bullshit, a bunch of stealing and unethical practices. That's what I feel is going on in Harris County. But when you say something about these black elected officials, you got that Uncle Tom Negro who want to stand there and defend them. I will never stand and defend somebody that threatened kids in a school. Never. You know what's sad? You have a mom who lost her child. And because of idiocy and the inability to take care of the final bill to bury the young man, this mom can't even put his name on his grave. I said it. So you're going to sue me for that? Because it's the truth. And it can be proven. What type of demon would not allow somebody to put their child's name on their grave? There's a special place in hell for you. See, this is a team over here. 5-star Chuck and Aubrey. 3 dudes that didn't even know each other a few months back. But we cool as a fan. And it ain't nothing I won't do for them. It ain't nothing they won't do for me. Give you an example. I flew out, flew back in, and then I had to leave again. So I parked my car at Intercontinental. But forgot when I get back to Minnesota and I come back, I'm flying into Hobby. I called my boys. They came and picked me up from Hobby and took me all the way over to Intercontinental. It's simple. It's nothing major, but that's what friends do. So you folk out there that want to protect these black elected officials that have a problem with somebody saying something about them, you the reason our neighborhood looked the way it looked too. Because you supporting criminal behavior. And you don't have a problem with that. So I'm going to be honest with you, man. I ain't never saw nothing like this in my life. I would never think that somebody could be that evil. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. These are the type of African American people that people want us to stand behind and support. Did you hear me say Republican or Democrat? Because that don't matter. You want me to stand behind somebody that supports criminal activity, that is indulged in criminal activity against our own people. If that's the way we're going to play this, then we should empty out the county jails for every brother that's in there. Don't do them like that when you got people walking around every day that's violating the law. And yet we support them. You know, we always want to jam up the other side. But we have black elected officials that play with little boys. We have black elected officials that have been infidel. We have black elected officials that steal money. But we're not supposed to say anything about them because they're black. Hell no. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Civil court, man, do what you got to do, bro. You want some charcoal out of my pit? Because you ain't getting my money. Bring it. Come on, bring it. Bring it to your boy, man. Bring it. Don't leave me out. Don't leave me out. We can't fix us until we purge us. You can't exterminate half of the house when you're trying to get rid of your roaches. You got to exterminate the whole house. And right now, I'm running around with a whole big ass can of Raid. And I'm trying to exterminate all y'all that ain't good for black people. That ain't got nothing to do with a Republican or a white man. Nothing. It's got something to do with you. Y'all Negroes that made more than enough money off of the demise of poor black people. Y'all done made more than enough money off of the demise of poor black people. But guess what? You don't care. Y'all just want the money and the power. You want to be able to walk around with a black politician that's trash, that think they above the law. And we're not supposed to say anything. The war zone is new black media. I report it all. I report what the media won't report. And that's the thing. Y'all, you know, this whole political thing, I see how it works in Houston and Harris County. You get these black folk, you put them in these prominent PACs, these political PACs. Let me give y'all the blueprint of what they do. They sit in these PACs for 5 or 6 years. They work their way up through the PAC until they the president of the PAC. Then once they the president of the PAC, they're going to do that for about 2 to 3 years. And then somebody in the political world, in that little close-knit circle, is going to say, you need to run for this. They do it every single time. And that's why we keep getting what we getting. Let's kill the myth right now in the black community. It ain't white folks that's destroying our community. It's y'all. It's y'all, man. And as long as we stay quiet, we'll never be able to fix our community. I'm not being quiet no more. Do I dislike any of y'all on a personal level? No, I don't know you on a personal level. I don't know you on a personal level. Don't want to get to know you on a personal level. But if you represent my community, if you take my tax money and it's giving you a salary, I expect you to do your job. I expect you to do your job. And if you don't do your job, then I'm going to expose you. So the bottom line of this is, I want everybody to sit back because I'm finna make I'm finna tell you the future. You're going to lose your lawsuit, and you're going to lose bad. Your lawyer is beating you out a bunch of money because he does not have a clue how to even fight it. I said all of this tonight to make him stay up for the next 2-3 weeks doing his homework, and he still won't get it because you don't know it. Why you think I kept bucking? Why you think I kept talking? Because I'm protected by the Constitution of the United States of America. I'm a guy that talks all over the country. I have to know what I'm talking about. You don't get to restrict people's speech based on documents that are public record. You didn't have a problem putting up a document that was public record called an affidavit and leaving his children's name on it. You didn't have a problem putting up that affidavit, which was a public document that left his ex-wife's name on it. You did that. But now it's being done to you. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And anybody out there that want to test me on this, sue me and find out. You be walking around in naked. I'm taking your money, your clothes, everything. I'm going to sue you for a pretty penny. You do not get to tell people. You don't get to tell people what they can and cannot say in the United States of America. So if Barack Obama and Michelle Obama could sit in the White House for 8 years and get called everything under the sun, including monkeys, you can sit your behind down and eat this soup. Because you too are a public figure just like them, Candice. And I want you to know something. You're not the smartest person in the room. The games that have been played all these years, you're not the smartest person in the room. I'm going to give it to you a different way. Not when I'm in the same room. You're not the smartest person in the room. But you got that big money, huh? Well, I'm going to say this here because I'm itching for you to come. You remember when we fell out on the show? And you did your own show and you had Rodney Ellis come on your show? You remember that? Remember how you say you never went to that man's office before you did that show? I know the day you went, and I know who went with you. This is a game, and this is how our community suffers. Because you got some suckers running around that think they smarter than everybody else. But you're really not. So, Aubrey, you keep writing, my friend. You keep telling the truth. And you keep writing. And if they don't like it, stop doing criminal things. Keep your little meat in your pants. Don't give people stuff to write about. And they wouldn't have to. Don't nobody owe you people nothing, man. Don't nobody owe y'all nothing. We want what we pay for. Or is it true we're actually getting taxation without representation? Because that's the way I feel right now. We're getting taxation without representation. If you want me to take a picture with you, do your job as an elected official. If you want me to scream your name, then do your job as an elected official. But Dr. Matthews, whatever you are, pediatrician Matthews, dog catcher Matthews, I don't know. Bring it this way. If somebody sued me with a frivolous lawsuit like that, I swear you'd need a payday loan when I got through with you. You would need a payday loan. Now I want you to sit back. I want you to sip your tea like you say. I want you to think about it. Because it's going to cost you a pretty penny. I ain't been wrong yet. I ain't been wrong yet. Colin, I lost. Boy, you better go to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. I ain't lose a damn thing. See, that's what I'm saying. You get these trolls that pop on here and you get to run in your mouth. My case is at the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Go see if I lost, clown. Let me take care of you, big homie. Let me take care of you. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me take care of you. Because you don't have the right to watch me no more. You don't. You don't have the right to watch me at all. You don't have the right to watch me. See, these people run around here and didn't you lose your claim to fame case? No, I actually won. Because if I'd have lost, I wouldn't be able to go to a meeting for the rest of my life. I know you don't like me. It's cool if you don't. You're not smarter than me. I'm sorry. I got a loud mouth. I drink a lot of beer. I smoke cigarettes. But you're not smarter than me on the average day. I'm sorry, but you ain't. You're not, homie. You're not. You can say whatever you want about me. But I'll tell you what it looked like next week when my lawyer go back to court and bust the school district in their head in Judge Worldline's courtroom, federal court, because I don't do state. And he get them 6 figures out that school district. Now you tell me if I lost. No, I ain't lost, homie. No, I used to think that, Alan. Alan said, let me put his comment up. Let me put Alan's comment up. 5-star, you looking like a prince among thieves. You was right. The Democratic Party in Harris County is ran like the Gambino crime family. No, in all actuality, I used to think that it was. But the Democratic Party, with the way they operating right now, with all the games and all the foolishness that they do, stay getting caught up, they ran more like the Universal Circus. They numbered a bunch of clowns. And that's not all of them. It's a select few of them. It's the string pullers that's dumb as a bag of rocks. It's the string pullers that's dumb as a bag of rocks. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Aubrey, you keep writing. You keep speaking the truth. And those that don't like it, don't read it. So if you want to get your hands right up under their nuts and hold their nuts all day long, and they sorry black elected officials, then keep holding their nuts. Keep holding their nuts. Because they don't do nothing for us anyway. At all, anyway. So it is what it is. I salute you, big homie. I'm there for you. Gonna ride or die with you. But we gonna smoke a victory cigar when you bust in her head for them 6 figures. I can promise you that. Say, man. It's another spirited discussion from the best in the business. I tell you what. Let me put this up here for you, Alan. Let's put this up here. It's $2 Tuesday. If you want to donate to the campaign, have my cash out, baby. See, that's what we need in politics. We need the truth, unapologetically. It's a reason I'm the best in the business, man. It's called the war zone. And I'm the 5-star general. Tomorrow night, dirty politics. Welcome to the family, Aubrey. Aubrey, Chuck, and 5-star. And if you're violating the law, we coming to see you. Until then, my good friends,